Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video right now, we're seeing a lot of hate when it comes to PlayStation 4. People are wondering why people aren't moving on, and at the same time, wondering why there's still so many games being made and produced for the PlayStation 4. Some people are calling the PlayStation 4 users broke. Some people are saying the PS4 users are lazy, and some people just don't care because it's kind of how I feel like you go and play what you want to go and play on, and you do what you got to go and do, and if people are going to be buying stuff, they're going to keep on making stuff. But right now, it's been a little bit more of, I guess, an extra controversy these past few days when it comes to PlayStation 4, and right now with even the PlayStation 5 Pro coming out, and they're now being at this point 4 different tiers of consoles, people really are wondering, why is the PlayStation 4 still getting so much love and attention? So we're gonna go talk about that throughout this video, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Give me your thoughts and comments on everything down below, and of course as well we have the giveaway going on, so subscribe here, the second channel, the Twitters, all that good stuff, and the Twitch down below, or if you guys gonna pick up a PS5 Pro, if you guys are PS4 users, all the affiliate links are linked down below. Let's go and dive into the video. So as you guys probably know, there's a few easy takes when it comes to this video, but right now we've had a little bit more of a controversy, especially with the PS5 Pro coming out, where right now we're still kind of curious on why the PS4 is still getting so much love and attention. Now we have been kind of seeing like the high level of why, basically where we have like 50% of 1118 million PlayStation users are sticking with the PS4 despite PS5 launch. So we have that kind of going on over there. Once again, I feel like I always have to reiterate that we also have r/lesbians because someone on my Twitch stream told me to go look at that as a joke. So once again, one of these days we don't have to use that as a reference. I won't get mocked on my YouTube comments down below, but whatever. Basically over here we have 50% of like all these users are still on the PS4 only a few months ago, and that's even with the PS5 still being the current gen console. And it's always kind of funny because people are like, hey man, like the top comment even back then, we're just poor, okay, like we're chill, we got priorities, the games are still working, what do you want from me? The PS4 is still good enough for me, and I'm okay with this, dude. I'm a-okay with this. We've had a lot of these things with like millions upon tens of millions of users still in the PS4, so we understand why. Like I kind of get the high level of why, but I kind of want to go do a little bit more of a deeper dive into it too as well. Because, well, it's an just intriguing topic. Because we even had this a few days ago in the PS4 subreddit. We've been seeing people on Twitter. We just saw the brand new retro console and the Pro coming out, as I mentioned. So a lot of folks were like, can we please move on? Because we do have the PS4, then PS4 Pro, then the PS5 Slim, technically, and now the PS5 Pro. So we're almost in like realistically, 4.55 generations of consoles. But once again, there's been a few kind of higher levels, and I want to talk about it. Saying I still see new releases for the PS4 in its 4th year since the PS5 got released. And there's new releases that just aren't even sports games, which if you guys don't know, usually sports games will last for a very long time. They're very easy to update. The graphic standards are chill. Like it's not that hard to go remake. And then usually when the next gen arrives, old gen usually gets abandoned within 2 years. Now you guys have probably heard it throughout the years where we had that big pandemic, supply crunch, PlayStation, Xbox shortages everywhere out there, which definitely kind of put a big postponement to this current generation. Some people only got their consoles 3 or 4 years in, and even right now, some people have also been waiting for the PS5 Pro. There's a lot of YouTube comments and people in the ecosystem that are like, hey man, I had to wait 3 years for the PS5. We're hearing rumors on the PS5 Pro, I'll wait a year. And those people who waited and that are actually getting the consoles right now, I've actually had a lot of those folks, especially people who have been buying through the links, thank you guys, basically it's like, yeah, like I just might as well have waited. And I think they're pretty happy with it. That's why there's still a big margin for PS5 Pro users. But that still is a big sore spot for PS4 users. And I would want to say right now, and we've kind of had a lot more people talking about this, it's a lot of the free user bases. And there's nothing wrong with this at all. If this is what you guys are watching this video, you guys have a PS4, bro, it's okay. Enjoy yourself. Like, you don't always have to have a PS5. If you're playing the new Call of Duty on the PS4 and it works, who cares? If you're playing a lot of these free-to-play games as well, who also cares? If you're enjoying your console, and apparently PlayStation knows you're enjoying your console, it is a-okay. It is not a big deal. I do not mind if you guys do it. Like, there's no real reasons for it. Like, it's okay. But apparently a lot of people are kind of pushing the idea that all these free-to-play games are a big reason why. And that's okay. Like, you're meant to be a big software seller for the PS5. That's how it works. Like, that's how it is. You're going to want to go play that, like, brand new God of War Ragnarok, day one. Spider-Man 2 when it comes out, day one. And that's a vibe. Like, I'm cool with that. I vibe with that. I'm okay with that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that are playing Fortnite, maybe even younger kids. Things like Rocket League, things like, you know, all these other various games. Even Pug, I believe now is free to play, Apex, or even other various things like Genshin Impact, which are all still games that run well. These graphics are not crazy improvements since then. Now, there are some games out there that run way better on PS5, don't get me wrong, and like people want to have that better framework, 60 frames, especially for competitive games. Like that's almost a given. Like people update their PCs just to play World of Warcraft, just to play League, just to play whatever game it might be that requires intensive graphics. So that makes sense of why. But I mean, like, bro, the PS4 has millions of people playing it. That also means PlayStation Plus members, so that's why they're not taken away. They're saying it's actually quite nice that the old gen is still supported, honestly. And I'm with that. I think if people are playing on it, it's nicer to have these big improvements, and I'm sure with the PSSR, PS5 Pro, they're probably going to focus even more on this next generation. But this has been like a lingering aspect for a very long time. Although, same with the Xbox One as well. They've both been getting long-term support, which I think is kind of a nice thing. I was saying I actually feel like it's a better method than the Xbox Series X and S method. Like every game needs to be adapted for lower and cheaper specs. Developers do not have the obligation for making the games optimizable for the lower spec devices like the Xbox Series S, since it's considered the same gen as X. But if the game already does not have a demanding graphics and old gen is capable of it, we can just release it under the previous gen consoles, and it's perfect for indie and graphically not demanding games as well. And hopefully they're assuming this trend will continue for the PS6. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I hope we're not getting releases on the PS6 and the PS4. That's just maybe a hot take, but like another 4 or 5 years down the road, I hope we can get off that. But at the same time, I don't mind. Like if an indie game can still run on the old hardware and people are still utilizing, why not? You know, why not? But a lot of the comments are really intriguing because they're like, hey, it's a very similar architecture, which is true. So it's still like if you basically make the PS5 version, you can pretty much just go and downgrade the PS4 version very easily, and it's not the biggest deal. It's kind of like you go ahead and make something beautiful and can kind of tone it down and lower down the resolution, not a big deal. There is still a massive and active player base, which we mentioned over here too. Tens of millions of folks that might be PlayStation Plus members, and as well also they just run their games. And there also is a lot of parents, probably people who don't want to afford it, or maybe people just, you know, don't mind, like they're like just chill and they'll get to it when they get to it. And of course it is also still powerful enough to run games too as well. And some big points too is that there's not that many bigger, newer games, and as well, even if they are, they want to recoup that money. So even if it's like say God of War Ragnarok, they still want to resell that game for PS4 users to make that money back to as well. But it's kind of crazy too, because some people are even critiquing like, hey, like if you're kind of like, I don't want to say you're on the cheapo side, whatever, it's your money, who cares? But like if you're kind of on that like side where it's, hey, $70 for a brand new game still, and you're running your $100 console, $150 PS5, PS4, like why not just get a PS5 at that point? Which I do want to say some people probably don't want to afford it, or they just, it's not their priority, or maybe they buy one game a year, you know, like, and that's kind of what people are saying. You get your PS4 for $140, get a bunch of brand new games that are like $10, $20 each on sale on PlayStation Plus Classics, whatever, and you're still getting a really good value. You get to go play all these games for $200 instead of like $700 or $800, even the PS5 Pro. But it's crazy too, because there is like apparently half the player base is still in the PS4, and it's very easy to develop for. So I really don't think it's the biggest deal. I really do not mind the biggest deal. But we've even had some things that might be up for 5 years or more. People are saying it's a sweet spot in terms of the power and price. It's the perfect console for young people too as well. Great controller. And also the economy, COVID, and everything else too is still like, hey man, like at least we got that there for the two as well. And a lot of big things too, and I do agree on this. Not everything needs a PS5's power. So some things like indie games out there, like you could play the Bel Toro game out there, like it's not a big deal. You want to even play Stardew Valley. Like those games, although they might be newer, quote unquote, I mean, obviously they were released back in the day, Day of the Diver, you could still run those graphics on a potato, so it's not the biggest deal out there. So it's cool. It is a little bit slower, and it might get a little bit more clunky, run a little hotter, etc. But like, I think it's okay to have people still using the PS4. Now, we might have a little bit of clickbait on the video being like, oh, people are like, we should retire, because some people do agree. We've had a lot of people go and say the PS5 needs 100% support, and we're holding back the content by only having PS4s, or like still allowing the PS4s, or it takes longer for dev time. I think I'm pretty, in my honest opinion, okay if people are still on a PS4. As long as it's not like in halting or changing development a lot. I still want to have those good graphics on a PS5 Pro or even a PS5. But if like the PS4 can get it all without minimal issues, or it takes someone an extra few weeks to get it done, I'm okay with that. I don't mind. Like, it's cool. Like, why not? Like, it's people's money. Like, the economy is weird, whatever it might go and be. And while, like I said, most of these games can still run the PS4. Look at Horizon. You know, we had that brand new Horizon game. Look at God of War. Like, these games are chill. Like, whatever, it's fine. Like, they may not be perfect or in 4K, 60 FPS, crazy stuff, but like at the end of the day, it's okay. Like, but some people are not against this. So I want to hear your thoughts, kind of the big topic point. Do you guys think the PS4 should be outdated? Do you guys think it's not a big deal? I think it's not a big deal, but I want to hear your thoughts and comments and everything down below. And make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have all the giveaways going on too, so do all the affiliate links down below. And of course, also, if you guys want to buy the consoles too as well, feel free to. I want to hear your thoughts and comments on the PS4 and everything down below.